Hey, what it do? I want to do a video today about handbrake and foot brake. That seems to be the thing nowadays. Everybody's debating on handbrake or foot brake. Which one? For those of you that don't know, this is the handbrake up here, and this is the foot brake right here. So, the whole purpose of a handbrake is for people to do handbrake tricks. You don't necessarily need it, but on sport bikes, a lot of people run it because, you know, like me doing my seat standers and my double peggers. Those are kind of considered handbrake tricks because they're easier to do because you ain't got to worry about using your foot brake. Now, I gotta bleed my front brake again because sometimes it gets hard and then other times it gets soft. So the whole purpose of the foot brake, excuse me from I gotta get petrol in this thing, but the whole purpose of the foot brake is to, you know, bring the bike back down when you're in a wheelie. So you tap it, just a little tap like that, and then the bike comes down, right? So the whole reason I got a handbrake was because I was never comfortable with the foot brake. If you listen to a lot of the OG stunters and, you know, a lot of people that have been just doing tricks for years, they'll tell you, and I'll say the same thing, learn the foot brake first before you get a handbrake because it'll make things way easier for you. But in my case, my foot brake, I tried drilling it in my head and I was just never comfortable with it, even till today with me doing my seat standers. And I could do a seat stander for like maybe 2 minutes before my hands start getting tired, and that's because I don't ride every day. But you know, a seat stander or on the double bike pegs, I could do that for like a good 2 minutes before my hands get tired, and then I put the bike down, right? As long as I'm going straight. A little curve, I could probably make it, but blah blah blah. So even till today, I haven't been comfortable with the foot brake. Like a second ago when I did the wheelie, I tried to use the foot brake to bring it down, but majority of the times I just let off of the gas a little bit and the bike comes back down. But if you're too far back and then you just let off the gas, then the bike is gonna keep going back, right? So that's where the foot brake comes in, right? So how do I say this? Majority of people will say, hey, learn the foot brake first, which is the right thing to do, and then move on to a handbrake if you're gonna go to a handbrake. Let me get some petrol and then let me come right back. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Learn the handbrake first, learn the foot brake first, and then move over to the handbrake, right? Because you want to hit that, you want to get that foot brake in your head. So the reason I got a handbrake was because I was never comfortable with the foot brake. I did go to the lot, practice a couple of times. I tried doing like staggered, which is like a 1 foot on the left peg right here, another foot on the handbrake, and a couple of times I did it and I felt like my foot brake was too soft even after it was bled and adjusted, and both times I landed on my ass, right? And the first time I scratched the fender of the bike, and then the second time the bike just pancaked. So I never had no confidence in the foot brake, hence why I got a handbrake. And I told myself from the get-go, hey, I'm gonna be more comfortable with my handbrake than my foot brake, because I'll be using, you know, we're driving a stick shift, you're used to using 2 feet, but when you're riding the bike, I'm not used to tapping the rear brake, because I only use the rear brake if I'm coming to a hard stop, right? Alright, 1 more second. Okay, I'm back. So where was I at? Both times I tried using it and I fell, and I tried to lock it in my head, and I just never had no confidence. So hence why I went to a handbrake. And then going to the handbrake, build my confidence super up. So it was easier for me to get practice and get better with the handbrake than it was ever with the foot brake. Even now, I don't try to do any foot brake anything, except when I'm doing like sit down wheelies, then I'll try to do it. Or if I'm trying to do like a drift, if I'm practicing the drift, then I'll use the foot brake. But yeah, so which one is better? And honestly, from my perspective, whichever one you like, whichever one is more comfortable for you. Because like I said, I'd never do anything foot brake. I still practice it, but for me the handbrake has always made things easier. Again, also I'm not circling. What else could I need for the foot brake? If I want to do like a staggered, I could use my handbrake. What else? I don't know what else. But back to the debate. Which one is better? None of them is really better. You want to start grassroots, practice your foot brake if you could get your foot brake. And a lot of people will say, hey, to hell with the handbrake. And the number one reason is because majority of them can't afford it. Because this is just my perspective. It's not cheap to do like a dual caliper setup the right way on the bike. Like, you know, things are expensive. If you want to get a dual caliper bracket, it could range you between $300 to $500. You want to get a second caliper, you want to buy everything new, it could range you another $300 to $500. And majority of people don't have money to put in the bike, or what they would say waste on the bike. So if you have it, just use it. And if you can afford it, then afford it. And then, you know, me on the other hand, I didn't want to try to bust my ass when I know I could have bought it and just, you know, do it. So with my handbrake setup, I got a it's an 08 through 12 R6 front master. It's a Brembo master. It's an 18 millimeter for my handbrake, and that is run to a same thing 08 through 12 R6 front brake master on the handbrake, on the dual caliper bracket. And it's pretty soft, but it's touchy, but it's soft enough, you know. And I use my middle finger, of course, to do my thing. Hey, away from the Harley guy. But yeah, so that's where I stand on that. Oh, also, don't let nobody bust your balls and tell you that, hey, you know, just don't cheat out and go handbrake, the traditional, keep it at foot brake. Run whatever is comfortable for you, and then whatever you could afford. Because at the end of the day, it's your bike, and don't let them tell you to do, you know, what to do with your bike. I heard a couple of guys, I had a conversation with a couple of guys one time when I was just starting. Because this is only my second year of trying tricks, really. And they were talking shit, and they were saying, oh, he's doing double backpacks because he got a handbrake, you know, or whatever. But, bro, I'm comfortable doing my shit because I got a handbrake. Or he's only doing seat standards because he got a handbrake. No shit. Of course I'm doing seat standards because I got a handbrake. You do your seat standards without your handbrake, and they're not gonna do it because, you know, they just want to talk shit. And then also, you know that if you go back too far and you dip, you can't really come back. What are you gonna do? Jump to the foot brake? So, you know. So on the debate of handbrake and foot brake, my thing is, if you can afford the handbrake setup, go for it. And if you can't afford it, hey, work with what you got. Because you got foot brake people out there that are killing it on foot brake. Yeah, people out there are killing it, bro. Bone stock bikes. You seen the Brazilian kids? Don't tell them nothing about no handbrake, you know. So people are killing it with just foot brake. But whichever makes you comfortable. If you're a foot brake killer, go for it. If you're a handbrake killer, go for it. I'm gonna always go for the handbrake because I said I've always been better at my hands than with using my foot. And even now with wheeling, a couple of times I'll reach for my foot brake to like bring a wheelie down, and I will not touch that shit. It'll just, I'll tap it, but it won't be enough because I don't practice with it enough, and I have no confidence in it. I have no confidence of practicing enough with it, you know what I mean? So I just stick to the handbrake. But yeah, so that's my take on it. Ride your own ride, do what you are comfortable with, and just enjoy your bike, bro. Enjoy your bike. The grassroots guys, they started with foot brake, and then later on they came in with the handbrake. It's also a big debate going on with the Harley guys as well in regards to handbrake and foot brake. I want to get a Harley eventually because it's a different riding style, and it's just a different like learning over. And I think I'd practice with of course if I get the cages and everything on it, I'd practice with foot brake first, and then of course eventually I'll put a handbrake on it, because I'm just a handbrake kind of guy, you know. That's what I would do. Majority of the Harley guys, they're not running handbrakes either, they're running foot brakes. And you got some Harley killers, people are elbow scraping with foot brakes and, you know, doing all types of stuff. Oh, we got a little family of deer over there, but I see like 3 of them over there. But anyways, that's all I'm saying in regards to that. So handbrake or foot brake, I'm going on the handbrake side. You want the foot brake side? Ain't nothing wrong with that, player. Right on. But yeah, that's where I'll end that. Until next time, my fellow peasants, y'all know what to do. Like, subscribe, ride safe, and keep practicing, you know. Bye.